This gonna be all right. No more work.
Every Saturday night at 8 p.m. only on ventradio.net. Yeah, baby.
What's going on? This big Marvin BoomBoxx. Episode.
Ow.
Episode.
I don't know where that intro came from or what happened. Let's clear this shit up right away.
All right. Let's start it over. This is episode number 5 of the BoomBoxx with Big Marv with a lot of special guests today.
Yeah.
I got Tori Blue.
What's good?
What's going on? This is Tori Blue. She won the Midwest Music Video Awards for Best Female Artist.
Yep.
Best female hip hop artist.
Oh, excuse me.
No, not excuse you.
Excuse the fuck out of me. I also got,
I need a guest on the show. I got you a guest.
You did
now
give me
look
a
what
guest.
you do.
I mean, but I got her credentials. I might
trying to move.
word, but I mean,
Go ahead and check him, Tori. It's all good.
also got our dude PC.
What up?
What up? Yeah. I got my boy Glenn, his chick China.
Who the hell is Glenn?
Who is Glenn?
Oh, we do got two Glens.
We don't. No, we don't. Not at all.
All right, what do we got?
This nigga gave my government.
Why don't you just read it off his shirt? Why don't you?
Oh, loose cannon.
Mother of lover. I'm Glenn today.
Y'all is some real big I got his girl China, or do you want a different name? All right. You can say it to the mic. Not saying that shit. And I got my homegirl Shayla with me today. This is episode number 5.
Stop beating the table.
Anyway, last week episode we was talking about female women in rap. And Tori, since you here, can you give how do it feel being a female in the rap game? Do you feel like you got to prove yourself a little more or anything like that?
Overall, yeah. I mean, it feels like you're a female in a rap game. Like it's a predominantly male-dominated industry, so it's definitely a challenge because you don't want to come off, like a bitch or a hoe or too good. Because, you want to have that. A lot of people these days is attracted to, the bad type chick. Everybody not like that. So it's definitely a challenge just overall. And you want to make sure your business is correct, but you still want to be kind of, passive and what's the word that they always say women submissive. But
I like that word.
A lot of people men expect women to be that way in general. That's what they want.
So you basically they want you to just kind of look good and shut up and just say what I like to hear.
And you're not about to do that. So it's
some people are about to do that.
You said what? I'm sorry.
Some people are about to do that all day.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, in 2018, it's the year of the woman. A lot of women not really especially in this industry, how things have changed. A lot of us not doing that no more. So it's definitely a challenge. You want to be able to be compared.
You must not be talking about them women that all look like Groucho Marx.
I mean, ain't nothing out.
We don't know who that is.
Y'all don't know what that is?
No.
That's them women that's got them big old magic markers in their purse. So if one eyebrow come off, they can put it right back on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nah, you don't want to be like that.
I mean, is there any influences in your music? I see you did a remix to Lil Kim's "Crush on You." I feel like that's probably one influence you have. Is there any more you might have?
Oh, well, yeah. I definitely try to look at, what other women who I look up to have done. And I don't necessarily know about in my music, but just kind of how I move more so. I mean, of course, you're going to get influence from everybody because it's, you want to keep up with the times. You want to look what's been done, keep true to yourself, try to be a little different. It's cool to do a remix, but more so, just how women move in this industry versus just an influence per se. But of course, I mean, it's kind of the norm. It's natural to do that.
What challenges, if any, Tori, do you have uh, since you've relocated to the Atlanta area that you find different from when you left Detroit?
I guess because I come from a family with music that's, very musical, and they have I have resources there. It's a
Hmm.
lot different out here because in Atlanta, especially, everybody does something, and they not always flexing. They actually probably do have a studio. It just might be in their basement, might be more like a laptop, that type of thing. But just making sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right people who have good intentions. Back home, I know who I'm dealing with. Out here, I don't. So sometimes, they have a lot of open mics, a lot of events that you feel like you can network, and it could really be a waste of your time in
Hmm.
terms of what they say they're going to do for you. So that I think that's a big challenge. And you want to be able to compete in Atlanta. This is where it's a whole lot of images, everything. So you don't know anybody. You might not know what stylist to go to. I don't know what booty doctor for some girls. You don't know. So
Right.
that's definitely
Oh,
a
wow.
challenge too. That's not for me, but I'm just speaking in general.
So I got one other question
Go
for
ahead.
Amar.
Go ahead.
Would you be being involved with another individual that's in the music industry and you're pursuing your career? Do you guys ever bump heads because he's in the battle rap world and you're more uh in the mainstream hip hop world? Do you guys ever clash about that?
As far as what?
As far as, like say you may want to do a record and he may think it's whack, or he's studying to, he's putting his lyrics down to go do a battle, and you might think what he's about to deliver may be whack. Do you guys ever go back and forth about stuff like that?
Be
Mm.
honest.
We saw
It's
y'all look at each other.
it's hard. That's hard to answer because he don't. It's crazy, but I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He don't really like female rappers like that.
Oh,
Maybe
Mm.
wow.
you could tell them why.
Well, but he's not by himself now.
No, he not.
He's not alone. He
So he never told me nothing I did was whack. I never thought anything he did was whack. He's never said nothing that I did was whack, but he'll
But
definitely say that my bars
do
ain't
you
hard.
allow him to talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go
She
ahead.
can throw.
Nah, as far as female rappers go, for me, only reason I say majority of them whack is because they all talk about the same stuff. If you want to be compared to a man, you got to talk about stuff that a man could like Cardi B, for instance. She got that new record. I forgot what record it is, but she started off like ride the dick like a BMX. What man can sing that? No man can be caught dead singing that. Like y'all are all of your lyrics are putting you in a category to only be compared with females because no man can rap that. So there's no way you can rap about your pussy always wet and you got all of this, that, and the third stuff that only women can relate to, but think you're gonna be compared to a man. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I mean, Lil Kim built a career off of that.
Men raps and stuff only men can relate to.
No,
Well,
we don't.
I mean, we know that
We
it's a
rap about general stuff. We don't talk about our dicks are big and all of this stuff that females do. That's not. You don't have to be a man to relate to living a flashy lifestyle and talk about the stuff that we talk about.
But what about when y'all talk about fucking bitches and pussy? Then what?
But
it's
we
not.
don't
Well,
do.
unfortunately, women talk about that now too. I mean, that's whack.
Well,
But
that's just because
everybody got a
we're in the big
girlfriend.
bulldog era now. That's all. I mean, I get what he's saying because I mean, like Tori said when she first started her statement, it is a male-driven industry. Not just the genre, the industry is male-driven.
Right.
However, for a dude to ride around and hear abroad just spitting on it from a skill standpoint, that's kind of hard because if you really listen to female rappers, they not making records for guys. They really not.
Right.
Most of their records are directed at other
Yeah,
females.
women in club.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And then a lot of times when you do, you get the women that can really spit, like Rhapsody or me, even though I make music for women. A lot of times for some reason they don't want to have that image to where it's like sexy and men want to look at you too. So sometimes it's hard. Like a lot of times if I mention Rhapsody, people be like, oh,
Who is
yeah,
that?
but she like with the dudes. You don't really put her in the same category as like a Nicki or Cardi or I don't know why they just don't, and I think it's
Well,
because
I
image
mean,
is different.
it seemed like you playing like a balanced kind of devil's advocate in a way.
Me?
Yeah, like not really devil's advocate, but like you playing like in the middle. Like, is there any rapper that kind of influenced you, and like who's your favorite artist today? Like, I hear you say Rap City. Is there anybody else that really influenced your music or helped you?
Oh no, I just think she's dope, but I wouldn't even say that because I have to. The thing is, like, I love Lil Kim, but the reason why I love her so much is because I feel like even though she is more, edgy and racy and whatever you want to say about her, she's always been respected. It's not even if she's butt naked, nobody walks up and grabs her boob or nothing like that. And I'm not just talking about because of security. I'm saying there's still a
right now
certain
they can't.
level of the way she carries herself. You just don't do that.
Well, they
Like,
can't. They don't know which one is her boob, not Tori. I mean, it's that stuff is all over the place.
I don't laugh about Little Kim.
Well, you should because everybody else
No,
is.
sorry, can't talk about Kim.
I respect Lil Kim and for her skill set. I think that she's out of everybody that can even be talked about today. Her skill set is head and shoulders above everybody. However, she's a mess.
So you think?
What you talking about? Like how she looks?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just saying in general, even if she raps about some of the, things that little girls probably shouldn't be listening to, it's just something I love about Lil Kim. I mean, I like Nicki, I like all
No,
of them,
that's
but
fair.
right.
No, that's. I mean, I get that. That's fair. I mean, she's the queen bee. You can't take that from her. And I'm not saying. I mean, here's what I'm saying. And this is where. What's your boyfriend's name again?
PC.
PC. I'm sorry, but this is what PC is also saying without saying it. A dude does not have to grab his mic and get on stage and appear to be looking one way this year and then show up next year looking like somebody totally different.
Gucci Man? No, I'm just playing. Go ahead.
I
I'm
mean,
joking.
in other words, men can basically stand on their skill set.
Yeah.
And
100%, yeah.
even to take that a little bit further, we got a bunch of men in hip hop now that'll have no skills at all.
Really? Yeah.
Matt Jones on Facebook said Young Ma raps better than most male rappers.
Mad Jones is nuts.
Hey, Young and May pretty sweet.
Young and May is pretty sweet. If you like looking at a woman that appears to be a man talking to a pocket of people. She's big in her region.
Yeah.
She's not big everywhere. She's not a Little Kim.
True.
So yeah, can she spit? Yeah, she can spit, but how many mainstream people want to hear her?
Luce, what you think about female rappers overall? You rap with them?
I mean, I do. I mean, when I think of female rappers, the people that I really like think about, because when I travel to New York a lot, I'm always bumping into people like Rod Digger. Like, I respect the Rod Diggers. I respect the MC Lights. I respect, the Queen Latifahs. When we talk about female rappers, I'm kind of going with the throwback artists, of females, just because today's female rappers from the Nicki Minaj, the Cardis, etc. 9 times out of 10, the talk is about how wet they get, and
it's probably dry as hell.
It's very true.
And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, especially for the the females gonna relate. They get wet. You know, so I can see.
Yeah, Queen Latifah and them had songs like UNITY, who you
Yeah,
call
It was
bitch and shit like that. These new girls, all they talking about is they getting wet, they getting boob jobs, they getting their ass done.
yeah.
They could suck dick, they could take your man from you, they could do. They not. It's nothing
And your woman.
empowering women at
And your
all.
woman.
Man, come on, son. It's
no, that's
just
what
what.
everybody. You know, that's
We needed Melanin
That's
Magic.
the yeah, that's
But
the wave.
I don't believe that people who are true to hip hop and love hip hop, I don't believe that they're into that stuff. I think that the younger people have grabbed a hold to that because there's nothing else to grab a hold
I
to.
mean, but
I agree.
speaking from a younger generation, we missed the '90s era when it was 1,000 female rapping at the time. We only really,
Not really.
I mean,
Not really.
we
You definitely had a
we
bigger
definitely it was
selection
definitely
in
you
the
had
back in the
Eve in the
Lady
90s, you had
Array.
Eve,
Definitely
Lil
a variety compared to.
Kim,
Oh,
Fight.
yeah.
But it's
Now all I got is Cardi B and Nicki
but these
Minaj.
rappers are still around. They're not dead.
Right.
The
True.
reason that they don't want to really be a big part of the industry anymore is because the consumer is so
Yeah.
dumbed
The
down
times
that
when
he don't want to hear real lyrics.
That is true, but you gotta look at the way industry is driving things. Sex is selling, so they want to
Sex
see.
has always sold, and it
That's
always
true,
will.
but you gotta look at
Get
the
it on my-
difference as to how far it's gone now. Like back in the day in the '90s, you could wear a T-shirt and baggy pants in your video and still consider pretty or sexy. But now you have to be half naked.
No, you don't.
You
No,
do.
you don't.
Rhapsody,
That's what
Rhapsody
you
not half
chose
naked.
to do.
Exactly.
Hip hop has evolved. It went from one look to another look, and it's going to go to another
That
look.
is true.
Hip hop evolves, styles change. But MC Light went from wearing baggy clothes to looking like she was on the runway, but she still can spit. So that's
I get what she's saying though, because it is still like that. Because if you show up, if you want the attention, because if you're like a Rhapsody, people don't put her in the same category as Cardi or Nicki simply because of the way she looks and the way she spits. Now Nicki probably could, Cardi no, but Nicki could probably spit as good as Rhapsody, and Rhapsody can spit as good as Nicki, but they're not in the same category. It's almost like when you have a Kelly Rowland or a Beyonce, and then you have a Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. They all can sing, but they're totally different categories. And no woman wants to be looked at as, just because I'm not naked, I'm not sexy. So you gotta sex it up a little bit.
well,
Unfortunately, it's like, or you don't have to, but if you
I've
want to
never
be
seen
in
you
that,
naked.
you want to be in that talk.
I've never seen you naked.
The talk with being.
No, not. I'm not saying that you
naked
want to.
woman.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you want to be mentioned amongst the Cardis and the Nickies, meaning that you're at the top of the game, you gotta be something that people want to look
They
at.
said the top 10 rappers of all, Joe Buttons and who else? They did the top 10 rappers
Charlamagne.
of all times. They put the only girl that was in there was Rhapsody. She never got naked a day in her life.
They're talking about spitters, but I'm talking about just how Glenn was just talking about Young and May. If you want to look at somebody who Young and May can spit, but you're not putting her in that category because of the way that she looks.
No, not just the way that she looks.
Yo, she'll out rap all of them. So it is because of how she looks.
Well, but that's a matter of opinion.
Dyke.
That's a matter of
Only
opinion.
talking about having sex with women.
That ain't all she talk about.
Every record.
Maybe made me weak when she deep through.
Yeah, I mean, some
mean,
people
I
just
relate
like
to that.
it's
I don't
like
know how
this,
she
man.
felt it, but-
It's like this. Hip hop is broad. It is. It's more broader than people want to give it credit for. There is room for a gay rapper. There's also good for a
But
gay guy rapper.
all right, but when we consider when you think of hip hop, it might be a lot of undercover gay people.
Bring your mic up.
It is.
It might be a lot of undercover gay people, but would he be accepted? A gay would an openly gay rapper be
see,
accepted?
what you guys
I don't
probably
think
don't
so.
understand is
Now, yeah.
what you guys probably don't understand is that you've already accepted some gay guy rappers. You just don't know it.
Right.
He's saying if you do know.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. I'm not saying that young lady can't spit. I believe she can, but her rap style caters to a certain area of the country. It doesn't. it's not going to reach the masses. Not only because she's gay, that's probably a part of it, but men, even though they found that to be, oh, that's cute, she can spit. We don't want to hear no broad acting like no dude. Okay, that ain't what we like. So it's a great gimmick, but the gimmicks wear out, and it comes back to who has real talent. It's always going to end up back there.
But see, I think the way, not to bring really race into it, but
Race is cool.
Black people don't deal with homophobia well. So
That's true.
And when we talk about hip hop, we talking about this is kind of like our voice, our freedom to say whatever we really want. And I really can't see an openly gay dude or even an openly gay woman just being pushed and just loved and everybody want to hear that.
An openly gay woman can go into any part of society.
Yeah, she can win.
An openly gay man can't be in hip hop.
But see, somebody
openly,
I believe somebody that proved that to be kind of wrong is, we don't. I would say, listen, Young Thug has teased you so much to make your mind wonder. One minute he got a badass fiance, next minute he under niggas' comments telling him that he love him, and you look, and he wear dresses. You know what I mean? That is a gimmick. It's marketing, regardless if you say that nigga's gay.
Right.
You still bumping Young Thug.
All right.
But at the same time, I sometimes we're in the studio and I see you guys will come to me and say, hey, Pops, look at this. What so-and-so said. Okay. If a man said that he about to do something with another man,
right?
Either he's gay or he's smart enough to know that this will get your attention.
Get your attention to get to talking.
So, but I think we're getting a little bit, off the topic.
Right.
So in last week's show, we all picked a female hip hop artist, right?
Yes, we did.
Troy, I picked Moni Love.
Sonya picked MC Light, and I picked Lil Kim.
And Luce, you had who?
Eve.
And you had Eve. All right, Troy. You guys, well, no, we ain't gonna make it. We know you two over there ain't gonna agree. But each one of you have to pick a female artist and represent that artist and tell us why that artist is either head and shoulders over the other artists that the other hosts have picked, and why.
Well, Matt Jones on Facebook is going with Young Ma. He says she had a top 20 record across the country.
She had one top 20 record, and we ain't heard from her since. She's lost in Dyke World.
Here we go off that. She dropping
a lot of freestyles.
So Matt, so you understand, the BoomBoxx is a classic hip hop show. We're talking about people that have staying power, sold records, have respect in the industry. We're not talking about who popped up 6 months ago. We're talking about the vets and the classics. Is that true? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
So, I understand you. I respect you saying that what Young Ma did, but okay, Matt, since you commented, so you got Matt, he got Remy Ma. He has
MC, Young Ma.
Young M.
Hey, let's get Tori and PC opinion first. Let's see what they pick, and we go from there.
Well, what?
They want to know which rapper you would say is better than all the rest of the rappers, and why?
They all trash.
No answer.
Like if you had to choose
My favorite.
one female,
Nicki, my favorite, only because she could rap about any. She could get on a track with. She got on the track with Kanye, Hove, all of them on that Monster record, and they were saying she had the best verse. I don't know no other female that could do that. So
and not to cut you off, my first pick originally was Nicki Minaj, but the reason I backed away from it was because I felt like her story was still kind of right. Like she can come out with another album or another record and just blow it out.
I got Nicki only because she proved herself on a record with all the top men in the industry that's considered legends or whatever. She went over the pop with Super Bass and all of those type of records. She proved that she could touch any avenue of music, anything you want to put her, any pressure back against the wall, she fights and she does it every time. She doesn't disappoint. I got Nicki over any female rapper that ever came out.
Oh, you really
Hey,
serious.
I'm dead serious.
I feel that.
Tori, who you got?
He's like me.
Is this like is this bar for bar or is we talking overall?
I mean, overall, and if you want to throw yourself in there, throw yourself
Yeah,
in
I
there.
mean, like whatever just spark your interest on like female artists, period, female rappers.
I guess I'm trying to figure out, are we talking about business or are we just talking about
No, we're just talking
Overall.
about overall
Artistry.
Just
who
talking
is the
about
best
lyrics.
Yeah, I
female
knew you was
rapper.
just talking.
Yeah,
You
I'm
was
not
just talking
talking
about
about
music,
they
but I'm.
sold the most records. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about we all in the studio right now.
And they wrote a rap.
And they wrote a rap. I'm going with Nicki. She's gonna have the best verse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all asking.
Well, what we
'Cause
asked,
I have two picks, but I got to figure out which
well,
one.
you can't have two. You can only have one.
I know that's what I'm trying to figure out which one.
Okay. All that we mean is overall lyrical content, ability to spit. It has nothing to do with the marketing of an artist. It has nothing to do with how much an artist is worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we're looking at the ability to spit and to write and to do the things that keep hip hop artists where they should be.
Just saying this. If you gave Nicki a record with Meek Mill, she could stick with him. You gave Nicki a beat like Super Bass, she could do it. You gave her a track like Motorsport. You gave her a record like Monster. You gave her what more does she have to prove to y'all to make her feel like she's the best to ever do it? You can't give Little Kim a record like Super Bass. You can't give Little Kim no record with Meek Mill when she's sticking. When you can't give Little Kim stuff like that, are you serious? And you prove it to me because it hasn't been done.
Magic Stick.
Yeah.
Magic Stick crush on you
I
to
get
jump
what he's saying.
off.
I don't believe like Little Kim or any of them can keep up with Nicki at this point because of the
But
way
she
not.
was, hold on.
I kind of
All
agree
right.
with him.
We can let him have that point, but she was running with one of the best rappers of all time.
Right.
So we gonna let Biggie impact on Lil Kim don't mean nothing.
Well,
No, it do.
it means everything.
I mean,
it means everything.
I mean because the Junior Mafia, to Get Money, all them songs like
They're
Crush
classics.
on You,
Yeah.
Get Money, like Players Anthem. Like we just gonna like she ain't hold her own in a record full of men. Maybe not to the capacity of Monster, having three of the top rappers in the game on the same song, but
I respect what Nicki has achieved, but I have to be honest. When I really look at it and I look back through the history of hip hop, Nicki is no more to me than a souped up version of Kim.
I agree.
Yeah, more animated.
She's
And that's why
she
I feel like
I mean, but in terms of them standing side by side and spitting, I don't think Nicki Minaj can do nothing with Kim.
If I'm a souped up version of Michael Jackson, doesn't that make me a better Mike?
No, that makes you a clone.
What? They say Usher and Chris Brown are like compared to Mike because they took what he did and reinvented it.
Every
They
great
not better
artist is
than Mike, though.
compared to
I
something.
never said I said they get compared to
I got
Mike.
somebody that want to call in and argue with Lil Kim.
No, I'm
They
not
say
saying that.
they clones and
I'm not
push them
saying
to
that
the
that's a
top.
bad thing that
Oh, see, I
that
get what you're
she
saying.
founded on.
He must be
But-
better because they still talking.
Absolutely.
We got a call, y'all.
What's going on? This Big Marv at the BoomBoxx. You with the crew? Talk to me.
What's up, cuz? It's your cousin Deontay. What's good?
What's going on, cuz? How you? I see you on the Facebook feed. How you feel about it? Speak your piece.
Understand this. You know, I'm the biggest Kim fan there is. So understand this. What you all are not going to sit up there and do is act like Nicki didn't use Kim's formula to get to where she is today. She came in wearing colorful wigs She came in basically jacking Kim and Foxy's flow. She got to where she is because she used Kim's formula. So when you speak about her, understand Kim is the reason. The reason, even before any of them got on, it was because of Kim and Fox that they were able to even speak explicitly about sexual stuff. Because before that, it was Salt and Pepper, it was MC Light and all of them. They weren't even trying to be sexual. They were trying to compete with the men. Kim and Foxy and them came in. They ushered in a prima donna era. They were the girls who made it hot. You understand what I'm saying? While the guys were telling the chicks to, I'm gonna do all your friends and you're gonna suck whatever. Kim said no. You're gonna get on your knees and you're gonna do the same things you want me to do to you. And chicks wasn't doing that before
Wow.
Kim and them.
Wow.
You
Wow.
understand that. Understand that. So when you talk about Kim,
I mean, that's a great
Never-
perspective. That's a great perspective.
Put some respect on Kim.
Listen,
No,
y'all-
I
y'all
agree
go.
with to a certain
All right,
extent.
cuz we'll talk to you in a minute. Keep it on feed, bro.
all right.
Thanks for your
calling in.
call.
I appreciate the call, cuz.
Wow. I mean,
That puts up on the brain.
we all like, that's the beautiful thing about music. We all see it and feel it and consume it in different ways.
Right.
Not to take anything away from, I think Nikki has done a great job, and the people behind her have done a great job with what they had to work with. However, if you put both of them in some blue jeans and a big shirt and hand them a mic,
But I'm talking.
I don't think that girl can do nothing with Kim.
I don't think none
I
of
ain't
them.
said nothing about sex appeal. I ain't say nothing about
Hold
achievement.
on. Do you
I
know
said
Money Love?
nothing about nothing but lyrics alone.
I mean,
Kim
Moni
has,
Love is the girl that I picked, and I picked Moni Love because I think overall, I think Moni Love had a better lyrical content and flow than any other female rapper that I've ever heard.
Okay.
I don't really think so. I just think Little Kim flowed the way she can handle herself. She was groomed by an all-time great. Not to say Lil Wayne's not, but Lil Wayne not in the same category as Big.
But see again, that's how you feel about that artist and what she brought to the table.
Right.
But you didn't even know who Moni Love was.
I knew the song once you
No. You didn't know who Moni Love was.
I didn't know the name, but once you played
If
the
you
song,
don't know the name, you don't know the artist, man.
all right.
It's just that simple. But you got to understand something, just like the gentleman just called. Hip hop didn't just start last week.
Right.
And like PC says, I mean, everybody has to look at something else to figure out what it is they want to be. I realize that. But when you're talking about lyrical content, there is a way that, I mean, if it wasn't for lyrical content, there wouldn't be battle rap. Because that's based on how well you spit, how strong your punchlines are, your timing is based on all those things.
I also got people saying in the comments, Yo-Yo. And I think Yo-Yo was a dope.
She could be in the argument.
Yo-Yo.
No, I'm gonna tell you where Yo-Yo fall off at.
Remember
Because when it was time to get sexy, Yo-Yo couldn't do it.
Brandy's remix with Queen Latifah?
Sexy doesn't really have anything to do with hip hop. That was implemented as a marketing
But
tool.
when you see your competition, because you got Little Kim and Foxy Brown out with you, when you see the competition getting sexy, selling millions of records, and you say them selling millions and millions of records, and you just selling 700,000, and they really just talking that sexy shit, and you can't really match it.
Yeah, but you had whack ass female groups like Hammer's group 357 that sold millions and millions of records, but they was whack as hell.
Had a bunch of groups. Eazy-E came out with a female version of NWA. I think they was called Hoes with Attitude.
Who?
Never did nothing.
Yep, Eazy-E had a girl group called Hoes with Attitudes.
HWA.
Yep.
Who was in that group?
Exactly.
There you go. There you go. Well, listen,
some hoes. No, I'm playing.
can we do this right now? Because Tori never did make a choice. She never did.
Oh
give us
God,
her
I was
vote.
hoping y'all would just let me rock on
Nah,
that
nah.
because I don't know.
You love it.
I don't know. Okay, if I had all these females just in a room with a white T-shirt on and some jeans
Mm-hmm.
and some heels,
Who wants some?
Why they got to have heels?
cause that's what we wear. Cause who gonna sell more or who gonna spit the best verse? I'm doing who gonna spit the best verse, and that's
Yes.
Kim.
Okay. So, well, somebody got Kim, Tori. You can't have.
Hey, she
Kim.
could be on my team.
I gotta pick
cool with
somebody.
that.
No, I mean this is fact. How am I
Okay.
doing
Okay.
this?
No,
Go
you got Kim. Okay.
Yeah.
And PC said he don't want none of them. That's a damn shame, man.
Hey man, Pete, but I respect it though.
PC,
I respect it. Keeping the same energy.
At least you could have said, man, I got Tory Blue.
He ain't saying that.
He thought you right here.
He want me to be able to get my bars up to his level. Then he'll say that.
Well, I mean, but guess what? That's gonna push you to get your
Yeah.
bars up to his level.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, we working on that for sure.
But you know, Tori's my niece. But with that being said, with that set aside, for the amount of time that she's been in hip hop, she is one of my top female rappers based on the time that she has put in.
All right.
You understand? Because there are females who have been in the game far longer than her. They can't touch her.
Right.
But I understand what that is. That's her dedication to her craft. That's, you know, I mean, and no disrespect to Cardi B and none of these girls. Try to get y'all some money. But you can't fool me because I've been doing this for 30 years. I know the real thing. And I know a great marketing plan. And I know a great strategy. That's what those are. And that's not to say that we should stun them for that, but we should understand what that is.
Right.
So let's do this. Let's drop some Tory Blue since she's our guest. And you the first guest on BoomBoxx.
Yeah, you are my first interview.
Oh,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I don't know how the hell she got on here. She ain't did nothing classic.
Hey, she's a classic because she's my first interview, and I appreciate it.
Drop that Tory Blue.
I need all you niggas to do me a favor. Look at the
Old song.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
This
This
song
shit
is
don't this nigga alive. Nigga, I'm down. Like the shit up in the game.
my Christmas man.
Nigga, I'm down. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Nigga, I'm down. Like the shit up in the age. Yeah.
What y'all think so far?
Nigga, I'm down. Goddamn, I feel amazing.
My bad.
Yeah, fuck with the niggas that be acting like they know me. See me flexing, wanna act like I'm the homie. See that part that wanna act like I'm the OG. I just be chillin', bruh. I'm just like a yogi. Like nigga, I'm done. Fuck what you talking about?
Oh, you talking about in that?
With that paper round. 27, help my brother with that paper round. You took that fade paper round, I took that paper round. Wasn't you shining, now you faded cause the lights out? I'm from the hood, I burn a candle when the lights out. One night in jail, a nigga shine when it was lights out. Upon a time, talk shit, I knock you lights
Yeah, I'm
out.
surprised
I'm done. I learned these lessons, ho. It's real life, do it all. I've been blessed though. Cause real niggas, they know how to keep their mouth closed and make that shit work, sell that dough.
Nigga, I'm down. Like the shit up in the 80s. Nigga, I'm down. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Nigga, I'm down. Like the shit up in the 80s. Yeah.
Women in rap.
Nigga,
Y'all had
I'm
to pick
down. Goddamn, I feel amazing.
a mainstream artist that go bar for bar like
This bitch a poet drug. I'm from a
You
different
really
time
only
and
got a
age. I
couple
need
of
that true
choices.
love. The fantasy
Nicki,
and fucking
Kim,
real falling true
Remy,
love. You need a nigga like TV and got
I
no
don't really
do.
think Queen
Nigga, I'm
Latifah.
done. Fuck the bullshit. I keep these pockets in it, chocolate in my mind. It ain't no
Spit some
expiration
king.
date.
I don't think anybody put their
I'm
money
just
on
on
Cardi.
no matter what the sign is. Listen, bitch, everything you
Yeah.
need. She fits beats, the kick clean. This is like a dream.
I mean, but Foxy Brown could spit though. Young and mad.
Nice to fuck me. No kid, she live like you a nigga. I'm done. I learned these lessons, ho. It's real life, do it all.
No, I'm saying that they were doing
Cause real niggas, they know how to keep their mouth closed and make that shit work, sell that though.
Nigga, I'm down. Like a shit up in the face. Nigga, I'm down. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Nigga, I'm down. Like a shit up in the face. Yeah. Nigga, I'm down. Goddamn, I feel amazing. I do.
That was hard. That was Tory Blue.
That's my girl.
You sound like a real girl father. Go ahead and get.
See, you don't
love.
You know, it's you don't understand. You don't understand what it is to be proud yet.
You will.
I do it.
I know.
Got a point.
That's why you want.
I remember calling at the BoomBoxx at 248-429-7224. We have
Say the number one more time.
248-429-7224. We have Tory Blue. We have PC. We got Loose Cannon. A couple of guests that are very quiet right now.
What's up, Taz? I see Taz checked in. What's up, brother? Glad you joined the show.
Man, we talking about the best female artists, and I mean, we can keep talking about it. What about Roxanne Shante?
Right, you can call in.
Well, I mean, she has to be in the conversation because she was one of the first. She's a pioneer.
And she got a movie coming out on Netflix.
Right now?
Yes, it'll be out March 23rd.
Well, see, that's based on her achievements early in hip hop.
Yeah.
Because she's definitely not relevant, but because she did some great things, then she gets the opportunity to do a Netflix.
Name, but I don't know.
I mean, here's the question I gotta ask right here. Can a female, and this is open for everybody to answer, can a female be the top dog in rap?
Well, I don't know about in hip hop, but
never.
A female is the top dog of this industry.
Beyonce?
It's a female that's top dog of this industry right now.
Yeah.
But in hip hop, I don't see it happening only because men are not going to support them in the way that they support each other.
Yeah. PC, why you say never?
Because women don't leave the element of surprise anymore. Only reason Beyonce is so big as she is because she's not on social media. You're not always seeing her. It's like you gotta appreciate when she do a record. Like these females letting you see pussy, ass, everything from the gate. So it's like once you see her, you're just like, okay, cool. Like Beyonce still leaves the element of surprise. So when you find, like, that's why she could drop an album out the blue and it just act like they never heard her a day in their lives because she
at one
still
time,
leaves.
The PC before she got to the top of the industry, she was overexposed. She was there. You saw everywhere you looked, she was.
Beyonce?
Yes. How do you think she got to the point she's at?
I think
you talking about like when she was in Destiny's Child and when she broke away from them?
In the movie.
She was in that case video.
Listen.
No, I'm talking about
put the work in.
I'm talking about nowadays. You could follow somebody and feel like you know them personally before you even meet them in person.
Okay, from that aspect. Okay,
That's what
I understand.
Yeah, it's
you're asking more so. Do you think that a woman can be higher than Jay-Z?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Kanye.
That's the closest.
That level,
I don't really know if that
That is Jay-Z as a woman.
You don't have that. So in order for Cardi to, all she got to do is drop records, and then you just don't, like, you gotta leave. You gotta just come out with hits and just act like you fell off the earth, come back with hits, act like that's what Drake does. He come out with hits and you just don't see him till he come out with more hits and it's like, oh my God, this nigga is the greatest, bro. That's how, only way a female could do that is she gotta, I don't know, I can't even say.
Maybe that's what Nikki is trying to do right now while she's on hiatus.
I mean, you got.
I think.
I just think
you know what I'm interested.
Next boy gonna be smoking.
You know what I'm interested to see, and I tried to explain this to my wife before she left hip hop. She was on that tip of I ain't showing my ass, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that, and I said, well, you need to retire. And she did.
Yeah.
But what I'm anxious to see is when is a woman going to come into the industry on the hip hop side and just say flat out, you ain't getting this pussy, period.
I think
because that's not what I'm selling.
I think it's one like that. I think it's one like that out already.
Who?
Rhapsody. She ain't talking. She not.
Mad Jones said Rhapsody ain't never did shit.
What you?
She was nominated for a Grammy. What is he talking about?
What is she?
Well, you know, that's your label head. Don't ask me what he talking about.
Taz Peter on Facebook says y'all need to get up on Blinds Brixton. Extra nice, but of course I know y'all might not know her. She's got a song out with Method Man.
Let's pull her up. Let's do the research.
Also got somebody that said Jean Grey from Philly.
Jean Grey from Philly. Somebody else get some information on her. Let's talk about all these ladies. I mean, it's important.
Can we talk about Eve, man?
Wait.
Talk about Eve.
The reason why I chose Eve, man,
is because she married that white boy with all that money.
That's not the only reason.
Or that tape that we saw.
That tape where Stevie J. Yeah, that was Stevie J.
The deal don't take.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Eve.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, Eve's the greatest rapper ever.
But hey, think about this though. Other than Little Kim, during that time, bro, before Nicki Minaj was even thought about, before Cardi was thought about, it used to be a time, especially in just hip hop in general, where you would have a frontliner of a label. Like 50 Cent would have G Unit, Jay-Z would have Rockefeller, Wu-Tang would have, Method Man, and the people that's in the crew, whoever released the album would get the same love because they love the leader of the crew. Rough Riders came out and was probably one of the biggest waves in history of hip hop, bro. A lot of people don't give Rough Riders the true credit. When DMX's first album came out,
but did Eve have a head start because she was a Rough Rider?
She had a definite.
Okay,
all right,
so
definitely.
So wait a minute. So if she had a head start because she was a part of Rough Riders, how can we compare her with the greats who just came on their own merit?
Well, the greats, Lil Kim didn't come on her own.
He definitely did.
I think.
A lot of
greats.
So
the Biggies, the
DMX.
I'm going to say DMX.
Oh, okay. See, I thought he was talking about just females.
I'm bringing up Eve simply because she's coming from an umbrella of people that's already popping. Swiss Beats, DMX, The Locks.
So why Mia X ain't get that same type of love? If you coming up and you were the only female respected in a group full of
because I'm telling you why. Because Eve, she dropped records like Love Is Blind. She came out with records talking about abuse.
Right.
You know what I mean? She did have something to say where it wasn't just.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
She had some joints where she would actually tell stories about killing niggas for beating her friends, and niggas was like,
what the hell?
Bitch, what? You know what I mean? So she had the songs with Gwen Stefani, To Blow Your Minds, produced by Dre and all. She had records, but I don't think the most she was getting out of her was the 2 paws on her titties, bro. The 2 tatted paws on her titties.
Well, I guess so. We had already seen her whole.
Wasn't getting no new shit.
We had already seen somebody stick up her ass.
What about?
No, but okay.
What did you say, Tori and PC?
Huh?
What did y'all say?
Oh, I said you wasn't getting no nude shoots out of Eve. You wasn't getting none of that. Right.
The most you would get is just seeing that tattoo cleavage.
That's why when y'all was asking the question about the females and who you put your money on or who you got, I was thinking you got to look at Eve too, because she had a TV show. She done married this white man. She does a lot of other stuff.
Hey,
You talking about what?
Hey, you want to hear a joke about Eve?
That just show. Okay.
How did Eve have a show?
I'm just talking about. No.
Professional name is
That's
Eve.
not what I'm saying. Let me
Oh, but why would you
finish
ever show?
If you had a show right now, the show would be loose cannon.
No, but what I was
I think that was the funniest thing to me. I don't know why.
What are you saying, Tori?
Thank you so much, girl, because he's too loud in my ear.
I gotta respect it because she married a white dude.
That's not what I was saying. I was saying that she's not doing the traditional stuff that your typical female rapper does. That was my point in saying.
Well,
I was saying that
actually,
might
Tori,
be
you're
on a
right,
different
because she
level
had the
because
first 3 pornos.
What do you say? I'm sorry.
You won't let this Eve porno go.
No, Tori. I mean, we understand what you're saying, but I gotta agree with PC. I mean, okay, what does her talent have to do with her being able to land this billionaire white boy?
Skip that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I take that back. He did a lot of other stuff.
PC done made PC fall out.
Kim went to prison. Kim didn't go the route that Eve went. My point is that if you're looking at them overall, it's a little bit different. I don't know why Kim never had a TV show. I think that the way they marketed themselves was
I know why.
The kids couldn't watch that shit at all.
Because she cut her head off and put another one on her body.
He was a millionaire, okay?
Matt Jones said
changes with time.
As big as Little Kim in music.
I mean, that is definitely true.
That's true.
You got to think about it from the image of the Rough Riders, man. You would think that Eve would have been just as
but then again, you look at the Rough Riders as kind of forgotten about in a way.
Well, but the Rough Riders really didn't outside of DMX and Eve. Nobody else from the crew did nothing.
No, you had Jada Kiss. You had Jada Kiss. You had Styles P. You had Dragon. You had a couple people who had some runs.
The whole Locks was Rough Riders.
The Locks was huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of like even the golden era of hip hop, you don't think of
Rough Riders. They kind of the ones.
Yeah, you just throw them in there. You don't. That ain't the first thing you mention. So I guess when you mention Eve in a way, that's why she's kind of in the back burner of people's minds because she's not in the front running. You like when you mention you mentioned Jay-Z, she like Emil was trash, but I remember her.
Emil was not
her before you mentioned Eve in a way because
Rough
Riders is so far back.
Did we find that young lady?
Mm-hmm, I have it.
Let's hear a piece of what's her name, Sonia?
Her name is Blinds.
Let's hear a piece of her and we can all give our opinions on
her. Trash. No.
Never wore ruby slipper. Myself, well, now I'm sexy as 3 years.
I mean, that's what she went and did. It wasn't the point that it was a white man. You really don't picture no female rapper going and marrying a British white guy. That usually does not happen. Female rappers? I'm talking about female rappers. I'm talking about
black men they married to white.
I'm talking about female rappers. That wasn't not respect her. I was saying that if you're overall what they did,
I never had a good career.
I didn't say I had to respect it because she. I did not say I had to respect it. I did not say that. I said.
All right, feature came in. Let's get rid of it. I give her 6.5. Yeah. And that's the first time I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I give her 6.5. What do you think, Mom?
Well, that's not what I meant, and I'm trying to tell you what I meant, but you're still stuck on.
Mate, I don't know.
Okay.
Because I don't. I mean,
Catch my attention, unfortunately.
it's not what I really want to hear. It's not really what I want to hear.
Would you
I'll
say
be
it's
honest.
style or?
Yeah, I think it's the style. I just
That's
really
what I was thinking. It didn't catch
it didn't catch me. Like it sounded like he's trying to be like who you rapping with. And that just ain't really catch me. I ain't like it. For real. I don't know.
Well, I can understand you're not liking anything. I just don't understand this other shit you saying.
I don't know. I just didn't like this shit. I don't know.
I thought she was decent. I gave her a 6.5. What do you guys think?
I'm telling you, don't say something.
I'm intrigued. I will look up some more. Yeah.
I give her a 7 just because. Let me tell you why. Her cadence, her flow is there. I feel like if you listen to some more records, she has really good records just off of that what I heard how she flows. This record again, this is a feature, so this could have been
I probably want to hear a song with her by herself.
Well, but see, here's the thing. Traditionally in the music business, you can hear a record. You should be able to hear a record for 6 seconds and know whether or not you have a record. I thought that the record was good enough to want to hear it again. I thought the record was good enough that I want to contact her people and say, hey, send us that record. We'll support it. Because guess what? It's so much garbage out here that when you hear a decent record, the record stands out now like a sore thumb. So, shouts out to the young lady. What's her name again, Sonia?
Blinds.
Spell it for the people.
Blinds. BLINES.
Blinds.
So Blinds.
I thought you were saying blind.
If you're listening to the broadcast, get that record over to us. Our email address is ventradio.radio@gmail.com.
So what did you think about her, Tori?
I didn't really get a good listen.
What did you think about her, Tori?
Can you hear me?
What is Tori doing over there?
I don't know why they can't hear me.
Tori.
I'm still here. Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we can now. You over there playing checkers?
Nothing. Oh, I think because messages were coming through. I didn't really get a good listen at it. I was distracted.
You was distracted?
Yeah, I do apologize. I heard some of it, but I didn't get a chance to really listen to it.
If you get a chance, pull her up, and I really would want to hear your opinion on her. And I don't want to taint you by saying what I thought.
I heard y'all's opinions.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's how she said she didn't hear, but take a listen and let us know.
Yeah, check out that's Blinds with Method Man.
Thank you. Sorry, I was trying to get a charger.
Oh, you good?
I mean, I'll say this: I don't think the Method Man will get on nobody's record this way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Through that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's a veteran, and it ain't like he around here without no money.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to rap.
Exactly. I don't see him getting on no female's record and she whack.
Right. Tori, what I wanted to ask you was, do you feel like from the past you see a man standing side by side with a girl, do you feel like that's a bigger way, like to get a step of approval from a man to make you bigger? Or you feel like you can just do it on your own and it is what it is?
I mean, I definitely think it's possible to do it on your own, but if you're looking at a formula or what typically has, happened and people been successful, you pretty much do usually have some type of stamp from some male that's already popping in the industry. But I do think it's possible for you to do it on your own. You would just have to, be very strategic.
Who did it?
On their own?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Somebody who just started with rap, I have to think about it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's it. I was just saying that I do think it can be done.
Who did it?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Young M.A. did it on her own.
Yeah.
There's countless of male artists that have done it on their own.
Being respected, like the other female rappers that we're mentioning.
So is your answer no? It can't be done.
Can't be
Out of
done.
the ones that.
Somebody that's already popping in the industry has to stamp a female for her to get mentioned with the greats, because Nicki had Meek and all. Meek was the hottest at the time. Then she had Wayne and Drake at the same time. Then Cardi got Offset, and the Migos are the hottest right now. And Eve had Rough Riders, like he said. Kim had Biggie. Who did it on their own?
I think that it's a little disingenuous though to say that these women didn't do it on their own because it was a guy either in the camp or a guy that was a mentor.
And
Because
Cardi, I think
everybody
she
has a
technically
mentor.
wouldn't be. She's with Offset now, but she was already popping before she got with Offset.
She had one record.
But not even that. Cardi got popping off her Instagram, and then she went on Love and Hip Hop. She was still with the dude in jail. Well, she had that song before.
Music. You're talking about Love, Hip Hop, and Instagram.
So you want somebody who just started off rapping and never did anything else and got popping?
Never did anything.
I'm saying they didn't use any other platform in order to push what they do.
Young and May didn't.
So are you on a yes or no?
I'm saying who can do it?
I guess Young and May.
Well, Young and May did do it on her own, but
she made one record.
That's good. Sometimes it's all you need.
Whoopie doo.
That's true. That's true, Tori. Sometimes that's all you need.
But then you hear that one record and it's like it took her it's been 3 years.
Yeah, but
she used the Bobby Shmurda formula.
Worked. And it's not a timeless record to where like it's gonna always be played. So it's not even that big of a deal.
Well, I don't want to discredit her because I do think she's bomb.
I mean, when you become a fan of something or an artist, just because it's not top on the top 100s
don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. You still she dropping a bunch of freestyles and videos still on YouTube.
I mean, this guy's not a girl, I don't think. But 50 Cent built his career before we ever heard him.
Right.
See, 50 was big through the state of New York before we ever heard of him.
Right.
So in hip hop, you can have a career in different pockets of the nation.
Mm-hmm.
You got take Jeezy. Jeezy is not really a mainstream rapper. Jeezy has certain markets that he's very strong in.
Yeah.
Detroit being his #1 market.
Mm-hmm.
So, but on the West Coast, they ain't into Jeezy like that.
Right.
So that's it. Just depends. You know what I'm saying? It is. I think that it's tougher on women in hip hop, but it's also easier on women in music.
Yeah.
All right.
I can agree.
Oh.
Can I throw another name out there and see how y'all feel about it? Trina. Because it was a female drought for a minute and she kind of held it down a little bit.
Yeah, she kind of picked up the ball of the freaky type rap. You know, because that went.
I don't think she can flow though. I don't think she can rap.
I don't think she can really flow. But when we talk about the females and of course the typical selling the sex,
Trina to me is like the female Luke.
She is. I mean,
she the goat of selling sex.
They the same.
Yeah.
Same everything.
Trick Daddy.
Think Trina sold more sex than Kim?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trina. All Trina really plays right now is titty bars.
Come on, man. Her most relevant song is that put this pussy in a snap. What's it called?
Yeah, my ass stay big like the sun or something like that. What? Hell yeah.
What's it called too though? From the city. Molly Brazy.
The most.
Did she?
The one that get.
Then she had another record where she told you all the rappers she had sex with. I did Ludacris like this. I did so like she had a whole record saying every nigga in the industry that she hit.
Yep.
That's hard.
That's right there.
That's hard.
That's hard.
That's hard, literally.
But see, you know, we laugh about those things, but there's going to come a time, just like Tori is saying, you know, how much pussy can you sell on a record?
Exactly.
How much pussy can you sell? I mean,
millions.
Now I think
but see, here's the thing. You're not really you can't marketing, man. TV and marketing can make you think that somebody is making tons and tons of money.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't necessarily have to be, man.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't. I mean, you got to understand this. this industry is very tricky. It's the sleight of hand industry.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B is supposed to be huge right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, if Cardi B was truly huge, Cardi B wouldn't have to be on the Super Bowl with anybody else.
Yep.
See, you have to really be able to examine what happens in our industry and it'll tell you what's really going on.
She did it. She will have to be with somebody else.
I mean,
I got a
So
question for you.
now in a few years, she may be at that level. I don't know.
Tori, what?
Tori, what's your question?
Oh, it's switching subjects. No, initially when I was saying about we were speaking about women having to sell sex to be in the industry. I'm pretty sure the consensus of the room was that you don't, including you, Glenn. But then you said that when your wife was saying she wasn't about to have her
And I
butt
said,
out.
motherfucker, you got to quit.
Right. I'm
That's
trying to
what-
figure out. So why did you initially say that you don't have to do that, but then you told her to retire if she wasn't going to do that?
This is why. Because she's her own woman, just like you should be your own woman. And it had nothing to do with my decision. Because if you feel like that you don't want to exploit yourself in a certain way, then that's your ass. That's your coochie. And if you don't want to show it to the world, you better go sit it down. But if you want to be a part of an industry, because this is show business, you all just think that it's hip hop.
Mhm.
It's not just hip hop. This is show business.
That is true.
I still
So-
don't get it because I thought you just said you don't have to do that to be in this industry.
No, that's not what I said.
Okay, I must have misunderstood.
No, that's not what I said. I said if you want to do that and you're willing to do that, then you will. But there are also artists that are not willing to do that.
Do you think those artists will be successful?
There are. I don't know.
Missy Elliott really never showed nothing, and she's
Queen
one of the most
Latifah.
successful.
Queen Latifah was just honored the other night at the Revolt Awards. They just honored her.
Yeah.
Okay. All of these girls that we're talking about have still not achieved the success of a Queen Latifah. Now one of them.
Definitely.
Very true. Yes.
Never showed a
I just
damn
was
thing
confused
unless
as
she
to
was
why
in
you
a
told her
movie.
to retire. I'm like, I thought he said it was very possible for you to be successful and not.
You got
Anything, Tori, anything can be successful depending on how you look at it. If you want to be
True.
a hoe, you can be a hoe. If you don't want to be a hoe, then you won't be a hoe.
And a lot of times you got to look at it like this. If we talking about careers and just, I mean, you can rap all day, but it's certain things like with Nicki off rip. Wayne said, listen, your name is Nicki Minaj. We got to sell that Minaj name. You got to be this freaky ass bitch. You got to think about it in our own city of Detroit. Who's going to get, and forget female rappers. Let's just talk about rappers in general. You got Molly Brazy talking about she'll shoot some shit up, knowing damn well she ain't about to clap nothing. But she's from Detroit. She knows that even though the niggas may be like, you ain't doing this, but she knows what's going on. A T Grizzly will blow before a backpack rapper here in Detroit, just because that's the perception of what's going on. That's what sells. The street shit sells. Now, granted,
but that's some of that's our culture too in Detroit, though.
I mean, definitely, and that's the culture. But that's why it will get recognized more. You do have the backpack rappers that can go up there from the comments.
Well, let me tell you the difference of the culture in the real record business. People in New York, rappers from New York and the West Coast, they understand fully that this is a business and it's about money.
Yeah,
guys here and girls here are not rapping to build wealth.
They want clout.
They want credibility.
Yeah.
So it's a difference. The people, Nicki Minaj knew that if she wanted to be huge, she had to go blow her booty up. That's a part of what she is. If you would have heard Nicki Minaj looking the way she was looking when she looked like a little boy, she would not be who she is today.
Right.
And that's the way the industry is training these women to be. And that's why I feel like when we were talking about they have to get stamped, with that stamp comes that beautification or that sexification of that woman to catch people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's really big in the industry right now. You have to be sexy. You have to talk about sex in order to get people's attention.
But is it really sexy? Because some of it to me looks ridiculous.
Well,
I
agree.
I don't know.
Is it really sexy? See, to some men, it's not sexy.
Come on, Nicki.
To some men, I like what's the girl? K Michelle.
Mhm.
Now what's she doing? She trying to squeeze all that shit back out of herself.
Yeah.
So it depends on how far you're willing to go for fame.
And remember to call us in at 248-429-7224 to give us your opinions on these wonderful female rappers. And we have Tori Blue and her dude PC with us, Loose Cannon. And we're on VinRadio. Episode number 5.
Crystal
Damn.
Robinson on Facebook said, "What about Dej Loaf?"
Man, you got
What
the
about
number one
the-
groupie
let's-
in here for
let's-
Dej Low.
First of all,
let's
no.
go in. Let's. What about Dej?
I personally recorded and know Dej Loaf just from the same area we grew up in and things like that. I can tell you right now that it is very much true when we talking about the sex selling thing, because the Dej Loaf I remember and the Dej Loaf I rapped with was very tomboyish. Jordans, she wasn't stepping in heels, she wasn't in any of that.
All right.
Definitely doing that now.
When she got signed, that whole
All
look
right.
changed.
So let's have that conversation.
Because someone told her.
That's what
That's
messed
what's
her up.
required. That's what's required.
Exactly.
You can't have a song like Try Me saying you mess with my family wearing heels.
Exactly. I mean,
But do
true.
you hear her making those type of records now?
No.
At all.
That's what I'm saying.
But
No.
those type of
Her
records,
new album sounds damn near like an R&B album.
Mm-hmm.
those new records like the big
No
Big
Fear.
Sumo, that was probably the best one I've heard. No Fear was probably the best one I've heard.
That's a pop record. It's a world.
Fire.
That's a world record.
I mean, okay, do you consider Young Thug to be a rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference in what Young Thug does and what Dej does?
The difference, well, for one, they
It's all that melodic rap.
it's melodic rap, but Dej Loaf can actually, when she raps, like she can rap. When she step away from the, if she really just try to just go like I seen her go before, it'd be like, oh shit. But it's a different ball game. It's like the look wouldn't even match the rapping now.
With no disrespect to Dej.
Yeah, definitely.
She's my home girl. She's my friend's daughter. But she always sounded like a 12-year-old little boy to me. I
She
said
sound like little, annoying little Boosie voice.
She's like a boogie with the hoodie.
I mean, you know, but everything has to evolve. But I knew that the Try Me record was a fluke. I knew it was. We always have fluke records in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
That record was a fluke. And if it wasn't a fluke, she had the machinery behind her to follow that record up if she could do it.
And she had the records. She had the records for
Well,
sure.
what happened?
They didn't go with the records. They did.
No,
that Sell Soul was her best project, man.
we talk about the hip hop business. He's yelling at me about the hip hop business all the time. What they messed up on was the marketing. You can't have no girls saying "Try Me" in the Maybelline commercial or wearing heels. You just can't do it. If she would have came out with No Fear or probably some of the same records and been herself and kept the same stuff, it probably would have went different.
Taz Tim Jeter says that on her mixtape, Dej Loaf, she goes in.
Yeah, Sell Soul was her best work.
The fuck no friends on, she went in.
I'm talking.
But
so can you accept a woman that's weighing 98 pounds, soaking wet, saying that she gonna do something to somebody?
No,
you can't accept that from her.
I mean,
did you accept Try Me?
Yeah, but I didn't know what she looked like.
Why did you accept it?
Yeah, but I know what she looked like.
You knew she was a female.
Definitely.
Do you think a female gonna fuck up somebody's whole family?
The right one. The right one. Bro.
It depends.
I mean,
I believe the right woman could.
I believe the right. It ain't all of them, ain't, but the right one would definitely fuck up a whole family.
Yeah, but my thing is this. I mean, that's cool. We do what we have to do to make the kind of records that we need to make to get the attention.
Definitely.
But at the end of the day, you're going to have to stand on something. Your music is going to have to stand on something.
I mean, who do you think is a? I mean, you said Money Love, but I
want you to not get that misconstrued.
No, I'm not getting it misconstrued. I'm just like trying to think of a woman that's kind of not doing the whole sex.
I can tell y'all a woman right now that gets no credit. That's dope.
She do freaky
that's
shit
dope as hell. I can tell y'all a woman who a lot of people don't even consider a hip hop artist. That's dope as hell. Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill live will probably kill most of the people we're talking about from a singing and rapping perspective.
Yeah.
But people don't see her that way because she was part of a unit.
On Lost Lines.
Yeah.
So, I guess we could go on and on all day with this thing about who's
it's like having that who the best rapper debate, I guess. I mean, you really can't get
not by PC standards, because PC say ain't none of them shit.
It would just be easier to break it down, man, because it's not many female. It's a list of female rappers, but if we talk about the biggest names as far as females,
when we talk about female rappers though, we only mentioning 10.
That's all you got.
No,
we don't.
I watch Sisterhood of Hip Hop.
Yeah.
They just ain't got no hits.
Yeah, but see, that's what we talking about. We got to talk about the ones we know. I mean, we could see here. It would be a 30-hour show if we talked about female rap. All knew. It's a million female. Yeah, stop it. That does it for tonight's show.
There's no class of the week. We're still live here. But I mean,
so hey, Taz, if you got something that you want to say, man, call us 248-429-7224. We have Troy Blue on the show. You can call and maybe ask her some questions. And we gonna get off into another Tory joint.
No, we can.
Yeah, let's do goddamn Ting. This is Tory Blue, y'all. Goddamn. Get this goddamn thing. Get the hell out of my face.
Really?
Really? Right here for the niggas. We talking about goddamn time. This right here for the niggas. We talking about goddamn time. Fuck the niggas that be texting like I miss you. I had you looking at the message like who sent you. You put your pinky on your lip like a pimp do. Oh, you miss me, bruh? Miss me with that shit too. You only seen the product. You ain't read the fine print, boo. I expect my check on the first like the rents do. I need to see my name in lights like a blimp do. I'm the shit, bro. Your ass is barely tissue. So I'ma keep you incognito like some tint do. You kiss these lips, but these lips ain't never kissed you. I had you feeling for this beef like mint do. That ain't how you treat a nigga that you miss too. Fuck boy, you don't be talking about shit.
About Lil Twist, Lil Pump, Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi.
Hold on, Carla. We're gonna get right to you, okay? Just hold on for a second.
Cool.
They were too young to have
Right here for the niggas. We gonna be talking about goddamn time. This right here for the niggas. We gonna be talking about goddamn time. Fuck the niggas that be texting like I miss you. I had you looking at the message like who sent you. You put your pinky on your lip like a pimp do. Oh, you miss me, bro? Miss me with that shit too. You only seen the product. You ain't read the fine print, boo. I expect my check on the first like the rent do. I need to see my name in lights like a blimp do. I'm the shit, bro. Your ass is barely tissue. So I'ma keep you incognito like some tint do. You kiss these lips, but these lips ain't never kissed you. I had you feeling for this beef like mint do. That ain't how you treat a nigga that you miss too. Fuck boy, you don't be talking about shit. We like a nigga that be trying to get rich. Or throw a nice crisp pod when he clips. You just a nigga on a nigga shit list. He ain't talking about nothing.
right here for the niggas who don't be talking about a goddamn time. This right here for the niggas who don't be talking about a goddamn time. Hey yo, you just trying to see if my ass fat, right? And you peeped it cause you hollered at me from the back. I turned around, you was happy cause the face matched. Saw my expression and you get it cause your game's whack. Nigga, you ain't shit but a trick with a backpack. You move weight, you got it in the knapsack. Fuck your world up if I knock off the snapback. Fuck your world up if you knock off the snapback. You that dude that be asking where my hug at. Ain't trying to match but always asking where the drugs at. Said you got it but be asking where the plug at. Said you show me a lot but don't be getting love back. Little nigga, you don't be talking about shit. We like a nigga that be trying to get rich. I grab my booty from the back when we kiss. You just a nigga on the nigga shit list. We ain't talking about nothing. This right here for the niggas who don't be talking about a
goddamn thing.
This right here for the niggas who don't be talking about a goddamn thing.
Mom, you ain't talking about a goddamn thing. You that backpack nigga. That's Tory Blue, y'all. Out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Detroit and Lansing.
Oh my God.
We got a caller on the line.
What's going on, caller? You on the BoomBoxx with Big Marv? Talk to me.
Sorry, my nose.
Yo, this is T-A-Z.
What's going on?
Hey,
What's
T-A-Z,
up?
how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. How you been?
We are good over here, man. Just trying to keep it going, man, and keep doing what we do. So
I love the show. I love the topic. Y'all, everything everybody said, I agree with. Everything. I mean, every time somebody say a name, I say, yeah, I like that, and I like them. I like some of theirs. I mean, you can go all day, like y'all said, about who's the best and who's the greatest, and big names, little names. There's so many artists that's underground that you just don't hear.
Absolutely.
And that's the key to it right there. Everybody don't hear everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that song by Tory too, because I played it on my show. That same song.
Oh, do you?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, plug your show, man.
Hey, Taz, plug your show, man, and make sure you really hit that Tory up, man. That's my family.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit her up, man, because I didn't know. I heard the song, surfing the net, and I ran into the song. I said, I like that song, so I played it on one of my no spin shows.
Oh, okay.
I'm on Blog Talk Radio under ATAZP Live, and I do my show every Thursday. We have different guests come in and talk. I've had Glenn on the show, matter of fact, a couple of times.
Yeah,
I need to get him back.
No problem, brother. You know you can get me anytime. Just
we gonna do it, man. I'm gonna set up a date and shoot it to you, see if it's good, and we get you back on.
Well, maybe we can go better than that. Maybe we can put together a simulcast, and
hey, that'll work.
You know what I'm saying? And actually, we're trying to put something together over here, Event Radio, where we have a station out of every market on this same broadcast at the same time. We have the ability to do that, and I would love to do that.
We'll talk behind the scenes then.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And like I said, I love the show. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All good.
Nah,
Tory Blue.
What up?
I was feeling that. Like, it looked like the last 3-4 songs I heard from Tory. Like, she had a song about her best friend at the award show. I heard the Crush on You remix. And hearing this, I fucks with it.
Tory,
she ain't even.
You fucks with it?
I mean, I'm
so you ain't like PC. You don't think all female rappers is whack?
Not all of them, but a lot of them are.
Is that because Tory just if you think Tory whack, you can go ahead and say it.
Real talk. I told him that some people when we was at the show, I'm like, no. But when I seen her, I was like, she's straight. Yeah. She had her business in order. She had T-shirts and CDs. I was a broke boy at the time, so I ain't supporting nothing. but
make sure y'all, point the camera over that T-shirt.
Plug. Good plug.
Up. See that T-shirt right there?
That's good.
Let's see if you can see it, Tori.
Oh, that's look at the love. That's what's
Good
up.
plug.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So,
Thank you.
Troy, when you did goddamn thing conceptually,
What you think about your punk ass uncle?
he
Never. I've been knowing him for a while. He never talks about a goddamn thing.
That's terrible, man.
PC asked a very valuable question.
Let's hear it.
I said, but be honest, is a man gonna be riding listening to goddamn thing?
Nope.
Gay one for sure.
My cousin.
Well, but okay,
So
I will say yeah, because my cousin listens to he don't really listen to male rappers for real. He only listens to like female rappers. So I can see him.
I can say this in the club. Why not? That's the song where you know a girl gonna twerk on you on this record. Some ass gonna pop on you. So, I see what you mean. Like, am I gonna hop in the car and play it?
If I'm gonna listen to the radio,
well, but here, okay, but I mean,
I got a girl.
That's a valid question. But here, look at this.
Yeah,
a lot of y'all get in y'all car and play thugged out shit, and y'all punks.
Oh, that's true.
So what about all these soft ass niggas that's playing this hard ass music in their cars, knowing they chumps?
Play some.
So what about that, PC?
Because they want to be gangster. That's what makes them feel.
Everybody want to be something.
It puts them in a mindset and it
gives
them that feeling that they always feel like they're missing.
I feel like this. I feel like this, regardless to if I will ride to it or not. I feel like that could be a big radio record.
Absolutely, I'm saying that for her to say she wants to get compared to men. You have to make music to me that a man won't feel like he's going out of his sex. I definitely comfortable in his own skin, even rapping, singing that record.
I agree with you. But if you're trying to get your foot in the door, them type of records most likely will get it done. And once that door kicked in, at this point you can just
do what you want to do.
I just seen this,
but to play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
ain't that what Dej Low did?
That's what Soulja Boy did.
Yeah. I fuck with Tory, but they might look at this and be like, "This is what we want to hear. We don't want to hear bars."
But see, here's the thing: you got to consider this. PC is a battle rapper.
Yeah,
he probably doesn't really even look at a whole lot of guy records because traditionally battle rappers
know every song.
Battle rappers don't give a damn about what records are recorded. Really, they don't. Because they're too busy practicing their craft to deal with what's going on in mainstream. But if you look at the video of goddamn thing, Ting, then you may look at that, a dude may look at that record from another perspective.
Right.
So I get what PC is saying. No, I can't see the average guy. Wow, we're getting a lot of love on Facebook, y'all. I can't see the average guy jumping in and popping that record in just on its own merit.
Look at it like this. The Cardi B record that first took her and blew, the men did not feel like they were questioned, like your sexual preference was questioned when you were saying, "Hey, little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. These expensive. These is red bottom. These is bloody." That's general bars that any sex could have, like, you could have gave that record to anybody and they could have rapped it.
But see,
but you know what, PC?
I mean,
for a female to make it though.
You could be right in your assessment, PC, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. There was a time in hip hop where dudes fucked with Latifah, dudes fucked with Light.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that.
Yeah, you gotta come out with universal stuff. That's something that you could, if this girl didn't want that record, you could give it to a guy and he can still say the same shit. That's what I'm talking about. If a female wants to be mentioned with the great, she has to make universe, like nothing on that. It's like I just bought another. I just went and checked the mail, another check from Mona Scott. That's general bar. Anybody could say that. Anybody that's on Love and Hip Hop could say they just got paid from Mona Scott. That's general shit. If you want to be mentioned with men, you have to talk about general shit. You can't talk about my pussy wet. I will take your man. I will do that. It's not gonna work. I'm just telling you.
I agree. Hey, brother, I'm
agree.
not gonna fight you on that. I'm not an advocate of that, and I don't believe. I mean, I don't even. The whole concept of even reality TV to me is even stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
To
so
set scenes
I
up
don't
and-
subscribe to that kind of stuff, and I feel
I
you.
still
I
watch
get you, but I think that women can be beautiful, they can be creative, they can be sexy, and still not be trampish. I believe that all of those things could happen together. And if you're willing to stand your ground, see, because to be a winner and a champion at anything, it's a big part of that is standing your ground for what you believe in. So if you're going to do a record like Dej Loaf did just to knock the door down, and then get in there and let somebody put some makeup across your head, you let that happen. If her attitude would have been, I'm going to roll with what got me here. See, that's usually what makes champions, what got you there.
That is true.
So she didn't have to let Mac and these other people who threw her a few dollars to become something else. She didn't have to do that. That's a decision that she said, you know what? I'll give it a try.
Well, can I ask everyone this?
That was a great
when
monologue.
it comes to it is.
Now get naked.
When it comes to Dej Loaf, she came out with that Try Me record, and when she became signed, do you believe that she was pushed to the point to switch her style by whoever was controlling her contract or whatever it may be?
That's
That's what I believe.
But that's what the industry does. But here's the thing. When you sell records and you get popular in the music industry or the film industry, that's the only power that you have to negotiate with.
Yep.
So once you become something that someone wants, then you can go back and say, you know what? We're going to have to meet in the middle on this.
Same thing with Dave Chappelle.
Exactly.
Same
Dave
formula with Dave Chappelle.
He walked away from his special, but look what Netflix did for him.
Got the 50 million.
But that wouldn't have happened if he hadn't stood on his principle.
Absolutely.
But I think when it comes to female rap, like kind of with he was saying in the beginning when he said he feels like I'm kind of in the middle, like I'm saying one thing but kind of still on the other side as well, because that's absolutely true. And I think with female rappers, when you have those rappers like Brianna Perry or Lil B, like rappers that you may kind of know but not really, it's because their brand isn't defined. It seems like for a female rapper, you need to go all the way hood or all the way hoe. You can't kind of be in the middle where you're a little risky, but you ain't cussing too much. You need to either do it for real or don't do it at all. And a lot of us, me included, we're kind of in the middle. We're not going to get butt naked, but we will wear a bikini.
Fuck
and
them,
it's
then I
like
get
people
some money.
don't know how to take you. They don't know what you're pushing.
Yeah, but
you're not
that's
clear.
true, Troy. That's true. But here's the thing: as long as it's your decision to how far you will and won't go. See, when you respect yourself, a part of respecting yourself is to say, I'm not going to just do anything for any amount of money. But when you have no respect for self, and this is not a shot at anyone, some people can and some people can't. It's just that simple. But when you don't want to fall in a gray area, you do something great to make people say, I'm riding with what she riding with or what he's riding with. The formula to being a big artist in the music industry is I'm going to do my shit my way and I'm going to make you love me for it.
Can I ask you this? As being a guy in the business and watching old hip hop, do you think Salt and Pepper and Queen Latifah have the same respect?
I think Salt and Pepper is a great example.
But it's different.
I'm glad you brought them
and
up.
I say that because they're making music specifically for women. Like What a Man, Shoot, Push It.
And they never did it naked.
I'll take
and they never did it naked though.
And
huh?
Did Cardi ever get naked?
No, Salt and Pepper never got naked. They didn't even have the body to get naked. One of them motherfuckers built
I
like a
mean,
truck.
hey, no, the most you probably ever seen from Salt and Pepper was What a Man when they were in swimsuits at the beach.
Glenn
Some typical
Merriweather
shit.
on Facebook said Remy Ma is all that.
To an extent.
Yeah, if she ain't go to jail that long.
Well, he said, but again, look who Remy Ma comes up under.
Yeah.
Fat Joe, Big Pun.
Exactly. So that goes back to PC's point. Most of the time, most of the women that went mainstream had to come from up under a dude. And I don't know if that's a terrible
I
thing.
mean, but did Salt I feel like, but I feel,
Salt and
but I
Pepper
feel,
They
I
came
feel,
from
I
under a
feel
nigga
like
for sure.
I feel like, but those women back then don't seem like they really came from a dude. That seemed like it was more of a.
It's just that you didn't know the dude.
You didn't see
but,
that, yeah.
But their producer, they come from that DJ Eddie F camp, and
Yeah.
those guys. Those guys were big in hip hop for a long
For
time.
a while, yeah.
But everybody has to have a push up from somebody.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just once, I mean, Beyonce's mother and father took her to where she is. But there came a time when she had to make another move.
Right.
This is what happens. But even if you take her, some people think you can go to her show, and some people think she half naked on stage. Some people don't look at her that way.
Right.
So perception is everything.
Yeah.
You know, perception is everything. I mean, if you and we also can't be too hard on the women, because guess what? It is a job. It's an occupation. Here's the thing. But the difference now is when you get off stage, you don't switch back into your jeans and your hoodie. These bras want to leave the stage and go to the club and be on the streets looking the same way they did on stage. And when a dude want to slap them on their ass, they got a problem with it.
Like, you know.
That's
You
your
know,
sentiment for
but guess what? You're not going to see a Beyonce do a show and then see her at the club with what the hell she had on the stage.
No.
Because she understands that's her job, and now work is over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Tori came and did Midwest, I looked up, I was looking at her on stage, and next thing I know, she was at her table selling merchandise. I said, what the hell?
I ain't gonna lie. She did performance. Her table was booming.
But that's her mindset. See, you got a lot of girls now who want to be big before they even get known. It would have too much pride to go to their table and try to sell their own shit.
Yep. True.
So I think ladies get
What about it? Yeah.
they get a lot of flack due to their own stupidity, to me. I think when we start being able to say that I'm not willing to let my children see me in a certain light, then guess what? The people who control hip hop, they will say, you know what? She ain't gonna do that, so don't approach her that way. And then when the next woman do it, then they gonna say, well, she's gonna follow her lead. Because just like we can follow the trend to for women to show their asses, you can follow a trend where women are not showing their asses.
Yep.
You can, Tory Blue, you can be the start of that right now tonight. You could be dope as hell and not show shit.
Well, I got a question for Tori and PC. Do y'all both have any upcoming projects to people to look forward to? Any some y'all want the people to look at to look y'all up or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm about to drop my new single, One Good Friend. It's been coming for a long time. It's actually going to be available very soon on iTunes and all available streaming outlets. And I got a couple videos, my body oil, music, apparel, and my poetry book is all available or will be available in a couple days on shoptoryblue.bigcartel.com. And then I have a web series I'm about to be in. We start shooting in April, so that'll be out this summer. And just getting to the money, starting our businesses.
Yeah, send us all that, man. We'll definitely plug you in the show?
I guess you're not
Instagram?
going to talk about the upcoming play that you're going to be starring in, huh?
Well, I have a lot of details, so
You don't need no lot of details.
I don't even know what it
Well,
is. No.
New play alert coming soon.
In a new play.
Yeah, there you go. But I mean, you know, this has been an interesting topic. I didn't think that it was going to be so interesting because, you know, like PC was saying, you know, most guys, man, 8.5, 9 out of 10 guys going to say that they don't think female rappers are worth shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the truth. It's just some that'll say it in secret to one another versus the ones that'll just tell them, I ain't buying that shit and I ain't listening to it.
True. That's very, very true. PC, you want to plug anything while we still here?
More battles coming this year, of course. I'm working with a mixtape with my squad, my battle rap squad. They say battle rappers can't make hit record, so we about to make tape that who said battle rappers can't make hits.
I want to see you and Tori battle right here, right now.
I'm not battling. I'm not dumb.
She's scared.
I'm not a battle rapper.
So what?
So
you live with a battle rapper.
I actually did one battle and I won, and I don't really have a desire to do it again.
No, I'm talking about against a real battle rapper. I ain't talking about against Susie Sausage Head.
Take some of his bars.
I didn't battle Susie Sausage Head. This was on Queen of the Ring.
He's saying that
yeah.
Somebody who never battled before like you did.
No, she actually had battled before.
Oh, okay.
How you know?
One down.
I won.
That's all that matters.
You won?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
So that's 2 awards for best female hip hop, 1 battle rap award. That's, you know, get that girl a hand. You got some claps around here somewhere. What the hell going on? Make some. Yeah, make
That's the crowd.
Yeah.
I thought that was your hot ass breath. Got confused. Got a lot hot in here.
When we close the show out, we're gonna close it out with Heaven or Hell, Tory Blue featuring Loose Cannon. Can y'all talk about that a little bit?
It just happened.
Yeah.
It just pulled up on the block. Got in the made the song in the closet at Wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you know, we about to end the show soon, I guess, and we about to end it on a good note on the Tory Blue and Loose Cannon plug y'all IGs and
go ahead, Tory. It's on you.
Tory Blue, my name, but Blue is BLEU. So at Tory Blue on everything.
All right.
You already know, man. Follow me at Loose Cannon 1. That's on Twitter, Instagram, and Loose Cannon on Facebook. Also go on loosecannon.com. New album coming very soon, Now or Never. And we working.
And my Instagram is horny ass old man.
Well, that's the show. That is the fucking show.
I'm like the horny old man looking at Mars woman all night, right in his face, ass nigga. And you can
She is fine, ain't she? Hey, look. Catch my pose.
But Big G, you gotta rap about it though.
No, my raps is with duct tape.
Hey, battle me right now.
I wrap her ass up with duct tape.
Hey, so close out the show. Marv battling him. Go ahead, battle on the floor right quick.
This old ass bastard want my bitch. He can't have it because he ain't shit.
Hey y'all, we want to thank you and we want to thank Tory Blue and her better half for being on the show. We want to thank all our Facebook listeners for all the love. You guys really showing up and showing out.
Episode 5.
Thank you so much for having us. We appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, thank you.
You ain't gonna blow no kisses or nothing, Tori. I mean, golly, I know you don't want to be all out there
What you
like
talking
that.
about?
Look, she talking about. Do it again, Tori. What you do?
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
and you think some dudes gonna buy your records?
Yeah.
you gonna have young MA following you around.
That's cool.
She talking about that's cool. All right, sweetie. See y'all later, okay?
Thank you. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you.
Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
All
You
right.
too.
All right. Play that. Play that. Pay attention to this verse. Bars, baby. All bars.
Sometimes I have to remind
Bars.
myself that on my worst day, I live like somebody on their greatest. Don't let your demons take you to hell. Introduce them to heaven.
Some niggas go to college.
Right.
Some niggas go to jail.
You see it?
Yeah.
So we blue.
Hey,
sorry, but I think it's time to show these
niggas. Nobody wanna lose.
What up, though?
Nobody wanna
Let these niggas know we really off the leash.
Nobody wanna die.
DC3.
Nobody wanna
Let's turn up on these niggas, man. That's right. Yo, hood to my hood, nigga. Straight rapping over here.
Nobody wanna lose. Nobody wanna fail.
What up?
Nobody wanna die. We're just trying to live our lives.
Yeah. Hello, motherfucker, pretty girl from the city of murders and streetwalkers. I dream big, with big things. I went to college. I graduated with big shit and high honors. Fast forward, you know this shit ain't beat. Got the gift with the pen, I write to feel free. Got to live and I sing and dance to feel the beat of my own drum. My dumb wine, no pun. The trick. I give mad respect. The cash out dope boys, yeah, y'all up next. The team East Side. I heard you niggas was ballin'.